Graham Bonnet discusses fans filming concerts on their phones. This is the Rock and Roll Weatherman. My name is Sean Morrison. He says he expects it and it's part of the bloody job now. I thought that was kind of fucking funny the way he said it, but that's the way it is. You go to concerts, definitely see a lot of people filming shows and everything. And no, I'll be dead honest, I am not one of them that's sitting with my phone filming a full set unless I'm being hired to do production work. But no, that's not true all the time. But on a serious note, you might see me film dribs and drabs of songs. I never said I never filmed a song before its entirety, but sometimes people sitting in front of you, behind you, they might bitch. You know how it is, but unfortunately, that's the way of life now. Now he did this interview with Cooper Talk, and he also mentioned how he takes care of his singing voice now that he's approaching the age of 80. He turned 77 last December, and he basically said when he comes off stage, he's he he says he still has a speaking voice, and that if he can speak, then he knows that he used his voice properly and not harmed it in any way. Cause it's easy to abuse himself by doing all of that stuff, silly notes and whatever. So he tries to think you don't have to do that. He thinks about breathing the way the notes come out and the way the notes are in his head, and he knows he can hit it. And he goes on to say that he takes a really deep breath, make sure he's not pushing the note out, because he's very careful. He says he's been very careful at not drinking too much coffee a day, and that kind of thing. Oh, geez, I didn't know coffee can affect your singing voice. Something new here. And then if he can speak, he said after the show, he knows he did it properly. He did not just sing for the sake of singing and messed it up by showing off screaming, he says. So he's been very lucky. Um, Goes on to say what actually was that he don't know. He must have been about 10 years ago. He went to his throat specialist and said your vocal cords, and was told that his right vocal cords have collapsed. He continued. He said it needs to be pumped up again, basically. So he says, really, he injected it. He doesn't know if it was cortisone or something. And that was 10 years ago. Try singing now. And he said, oh my God, it just sounds like the way it used to. Well, near enough. You're going to be better now, etc. And, he still has a little scarring part on his voice, but it is a 100%. And then he was out for a few weeks doing shows. He did play the East Coast, but he didn't technically. He played my state of New Jersey, but it was honestly the show was over 100 something miles away, and honestly, to be dead honest, I did not want to drive that far since he wasn't playing that many he wasn't playing the Alcatraz songs that I do enjoy. He was playing some, but not all of them. If you know what I'm saying, he's playing a lot of Michael Schenker shit. If you know what I'm saying. He'd play a few songs I like, but I wasn't gonna go pay money for that. And then he says that people are asking him how the F does he still sing the same as he used to, and he says there's been recordings of the latest gigs and the people filming the club at clubs on their phones, and it sounds awful. But they come back afterwards and meet and greet thing, and they just say, "How do you do it?" He says he doesn't know. He's just been very lucky, and it's the way you're built. Friends, if you're not subscribed to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else has to subscribe. We thank you very much for the continued love, honor, and support. It is greatly appreciated. He asks how he feels about audiences making cell phones part of the concert. Nowadays, he says that's the freaking problem, because especially Japan, we've seen fan-filmed concerts from Japan, and they love to sing with you. And if you got that phone out recording the show, you hear all the singing. I'm going, holy crap, I'm so out of town. Tune, etc. So very, very interesting. He goes on to say that he doesn't really watch those recordings on YouTube if they're not recorded properly, because he doesn't want himself thinking he sounds terrible. But that was interesting how Graham Bonnet would say that it's part of the bloody job now. Your thoughts, friends, on Mr. Bonnet, the way he was saying about fans filming concerts on their phones. Shame, shame, shame.